Why do first-time buyers in Hawaii face so many hidden obstacles? Well, one, the market here is interesting. It's nuanced and we don't learn a lot about it. So I'm gonna say first-time buyers from a local perspective, from like a growing up here perspective. And I would say that the biggest obstacle is just like kind of our ignorance or a lack of education around it. A lot of us grow up in families where we don't own the property, where we rent, or if we do own the property, maybe it's grandma's and it's multi-generational, right? So we don't necessarily have the model to go after. Not all of us are programmed to think of home ownership and to think forward to purchasing homes. So we do face a lot of obstacles, and I think the big one is the mindset of I'll never be able to afford a house here. So I think the huge obstacle is just sort of that underlying mindset of Hawaii is so expensive, it's so hard to be here. We have out-of-state buyers, we have so many investment properties, or people who don't occupy the homes. We have unoccupied investment properties here. There's a lot of like negative rapport around home ownership in Hawaii, especially and this is just me speaking from my personal experience growing up here, that's the narrative that we hear, is that it's too freaking expensive. We're never going to be able to buy a house here, or I'm going to die before I'm able to afford something here. We just have to be smarter about it, and we just have to do a little bit more planning, and we have to be more educated, and we have to be willing to make the sacrifices that are going to put us in the position to be homeowners here. And maybe it's not buying the truck, maybe it's we have to tighten up our budget because it's expensive here. But with the right help and with the right team behind you and the right guidance and kind of the right education and learning of the things that are required to overcome those obstacles, I don't think we have more obstacles than anybody else does or any other state does for our first-time buyers. I think it's expensive. That's a big hurdle for most people, and we don't learn enough around what's required or the type of mindset shift we need to have in order to be homeowners. So I really think those are the big things. We've got a questionnaire for you in the description below. Let us know what your questions are. Somebody, Aiden, myself, Kenny, Derek, somebody from Core Team Hawaii is going to get on and answer these questions. We'll make this a series. You can ask up to one question a day. Our team will put our heads together to get that question answered. But if you're like, hey, one question is not going to cut it, you can't put a one question on a day quota on me, go to the website, fill out the contact form. That's when we can get one-on-one with you, get a little bit more explicit and nuanced with your questions that you may have. But if you're ready to participate in these one questions a day, description box below.